Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at the new event that just dropped here just about a day ago, Maple Radiance. Looks like this is going to be their fall time event this year, and just like everything else, this caters to spenders. And so if you're a free-to-play, you can just get what you can. If you are a spender, you can get it more, obviously, but it's just another event to try to get more of your money. So let's dive into it and see if it's actually worth it. First and foremost, selection up at the top. We're looking at autumn discounts, pardon me. So this is where you're going to get the spins, which we'll talk about here in a second. Obviously, for $5, if you want, you get a nice little border and 6 spins. And if you look here, $5 for 5 spins, so the autumn discount is obviously better value, if that's what you're going for. But as you'll see here when we go through the actual event, you'll see how kind of boring this event is. First and foremost, let's look at the afternoon light shop. This is where you're going to save up all of your gilded maple leaves. And you will use those gilded maple leaves in order to get fragments, in order to get superbs, polymers if you need them. Like I said, superbs, skin vouchers, high polymer, volcano fragments, beast fragments, secret beast choice fragments, you name it. There's lots of options. If you save up 4,000, you end up getting this thing here, which provides damage dealt to infantry squads and a healing cost reduction, which is pretty nice. But of course, for 4,000 of those, you're looking at a decent coin, probably $600 to $1,000. So that becomes your cost. Now, where do you get these things from? Where do you get these maple leaves from? You get them from the Maple Forest Trial. Nope, sorry, you get them from... Nope, sorry, you get them from... Nope, sorry, you get them from... You get them from the Autumn Shadow. And this is where you're going to be using those time capsules, which to me just look like just look like photography, just looks like the old picture film, right? And you can either purchase those or you get them from the Mirror Lake Fishing, which we'll show you here in a second. And as per the usual, the more that you draw every day, there's new rewards, new specials, things like that, which allows you to kind of choose what you need. But of course, that involves you having to make draws every single day. And those draws aren't cheap, like we went over. They're kind of expensive. So if you do want to increase your store and you are going for that Radiance, it is going to cost you about $600 to $1,000. Okay? So, as you can see, you've only got about a 6% chance of getting this, about a 1% chance of getting that. And so, obviously, when you look at the absolute rates that you're looking at, the majority of times you're going to be getting things like just resources, or speed ups, or, these boxes which have some high carbon steel in them, right? Truth be told, I mean, the rewards are poo-poo, but so is the IGG, and we'll talk about that in a different video. Other than that, we've got through the afternoon light shop, we've gone through Autumn Shadow. Let's talk next about Maple Forest Trial. This is going to be how you end up getting your things for the Mirror Lake Fishing. This is where you get your fishing reels from. So you're going to defeat zombies. Of course, if you defeat 1,000, you'll have fishing reels. Doing hive minds will give you fishing reels, resource gathering, shelter collection, radar station, and mysterious merchants. You get 25 fishing reels every day when you buy stuff from the merchant. So what do you do with those fishing reels? Well, you're going to put them into the Mirror Lake Fishing. You're going to stack up 25 levels and then stack up whatever you want for rewards. This one here is a $9.99 pack. It's a $9.99 avenue. It's going to give you some decent rewards as well as a shelter skin that's providing research speed and zombie kill experience. It's more about the look of the shelter. I don't think that these stats are useless or useful at all, especially for most people being done research. And zombie kill experience is just poo-poo. This is just toying with us. But that's what they do with elite shelter skins. They don't ever make them useful, so don't ever think that they'll start doing that now. But you do end up getting an extra 6 frags at the end, so I believe it's 9 frags in total. Nope, just the 6 frags plus the shelter skin plus some others. Some extra training expansions, resource things, and things like that. So for the extra $9.99, it's not bad. If you want to go the $20 pack here, you're going to end up getting a whole bunch of these extra time capsules. And if you know what the time capsules cost, let's see, that's 5, 10, 20. So you're getting 25 time capsules. And if you go here and you realize that the time capsules are $5 a piece, or $5 for 6, if you can get 25 for 20, it's a better value. and then that'll provide you more spins and more resources. So that's not bad of a value, but of course it's shit regardless of how you look at it. Lastly, we've got Twilight Memories, which is going to be your daily rewards, your daily missions. Day 1, you're logging in using stamina, building a home. Day 2, you're doing Fortification, Doomsday Express, King of the Wasteland. Day 3, 4, and 5, nobody knows yet. And then obviously you're saving up to, the full 90 in order to get, you're trying to get as many of those points as you can to get the full 90. Now, there are time capsules within here. I believe there's, 20 time capsules that you end up getting here once you filled up through. So there are some free draws inside of the Autumn Showdown, but there's not near enough for you to actually get anything kind of lucky. I was lucky enough to be able to pull one frag. I did end up getting 40 or a plus 50, so I ended up pulling one of these frags from my backpack, taking into consideration that the backpack is probably one of the hardest superbs to get. But that all being said, that's going to wrap it for Maple Radiance. In my opinion, it is absolutely not worth it, but that's just me personally. I am a super staunch anti-IGG player now, and there will be a following video shortly to kind of break that down. So be looking for that. And to get drops on that, make sure you're filling out the notification bell, clicking like on the channel, subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to comment down below what you think of IGG and what they're doing with this game as we speak. All right. Truth be told, I'm looking to get a conversation started. I'm looking at doing a deep dive about this. And like I said, I hope you guys are ready for it because it's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be a fun video that will be coming out next. So just make sure that you fill out your notification bell so you get notified when it drops next, okay? Other than that, folks, that's going to be it for me today. I'd like to say thanks so much for tuning in. I want to say if you are a spender in this game, do yourself a favor and don't. If you aren't a spender in this game, do yourself a favor and quit. And truth be told, as this content creator is currently looking into it, the more and more IGG does, the worse and worse it gets for people. So really take a look at whether this investment is there for you. But in my opinion, it's absolutely not. Take this one for free and just roll with it. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Like I said, like the channel, subscribe if you haven't, fill out the notification bell, and if you can, click the join button and become a member. I know it costs money. I know it's a subscription. I know it is something else that you have to look at. And I apologize that it's $7.99 Canadian. But it's only because it works out to about $5 American because the Canadian exchange rate is poop. And unfortunately, I live in Canada. Well, fortunately, I live in Canada. But unfortunately, you get my point. Anyways, it works out to about $5 a month, but it goes a long way to helping support the channel. Simply because, as we mentioned, IGG doesn't care at all, and YouTube doesn't pay very much. So if you can help the channel, help support it a little bit better, that goes a long way. Just go ahead and click that join button and become a member today. Other than that, folks, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.